Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. Before I start the video, I do want to say please like, subscribe, and comment. If you want to join the Patreon, you can join at patreon.com/but I'm not a trader. Spots are filling up very quickly, and as you guys know, they are capped after X amount of people join on tier 2 and tier 3. That's done. No more people can join the Patreon. And if you would also like to pick up my book, which is basically like the Patreon, but just like in book form, for all like the indicators and the strategy and stuff, or more like long-term strategy, right? For investing in long-term, you can actually go on Amazon.com and just search this title, right? And you can actually grab like either the Kindle or the paperback. Already got 3-star reviews, so thank you to everybody who's been supportive. I really do appreciate it. And let's get started with the video. So, Bitcoin. Man, I really think we were going to go down extremely hard, right? And the last video that I posted on Bitcoin, I did say that after this recovery, I can easily see, Bitcoin to like 75K, right? Especially after this weekly close right here. It seems like almost guaranteed that we're going to be closing a bull trigger here on this weekly close, right? And it still looks like we're pushing, right? So there's no reason for me to think as of right now that we're going to drop super, super hard, right? And just on indicators alone, right, we are looking like we might see a push to, I'd go with probably the most recent push on the VC side, right? Right. And I don't know if I would consider this a violent close because it's not up here, but what I mean is a VC is something that I teach that happens on my indicators where you have like a massive, massive push, right? And you guys can see that this perfect entry on the weekly, right? I think this ran from 27 to like, from this area of like 26 to 44, there's probably like an 18K run, right? But on the VC side, right, when your stochastic is high, you tend to run way harder, right? So this push here was $30,000, almost $31,000 on Bitcoin, and that same thing, right? We can see that exact same level, right? The indicators, same level, stochastic around the same level. I'm not gonna lie, I could definitely see another $30,000 push from where we are right now within 35 days, which is pretty ridiculous, honestly, like 30,900 right there, which would take us actually to almost 100K, right? Almost to 100K, which is extreme, which is kind of ridiculous, I'm not gonna lie. And if we run the fib, that essentially, you're looking at a very much close to a second level of the fib at 101, right? So keep in mind, once you break this high, this previous high of like right here of 73,777, if that breaks, right? Once you break that, you're in discovery mode. I have no idea where you would go apart from using those like fib levels, right? If you were to break this level on the weekly, right? Say you were to close like an actual weekly candle above that high right there, right? So if you were to close an actual like this, like a bull candle, right, above this 73.77, this high, I think your next level easily is 84,666 before you do anything else, right? I don't want to say it's guaranteed, but that would be your target, right, for like your next possible top in the market, right? And the only way that we're actually going to see Bitcoin drop is if we look at the monthly and actually see something like, on the monthly drop us heavy, right? The only way now that we actually drop down is that on the monthly if Bitcoin actually closes a bear trigger, right? Because the 2-week was obviously, we did drop, right? You actually dropped from highs of 73K to, 56K, which again is a pretty heavy drop. It's a $20,000 drop, but I was looking for a much heavier drop, like in 2021 and again in 2022, right? That's the kind of drop that I was looking for. You immediately recovered. I'm not going to say that we're going to drop anymore because, this recovery here is pretty nuts, right? Unless next month you end up breaking these lows for some reason, right? You end up coming right back down, then I can see us dropping super hard. But as of right now, with these weekly candles, a monthly candle, there's no reason for me to think next month you're going to have some ridiculous drop, right? And next month, if you have a ridiculous drop, I'm expecting a bear month trigger, right? Somewhere in the near future, right? I'm not going to lie about that. And that can actually take us down to like that level that I talked about with like 42K, 30K, possibly like 18, 20K. So I still think those levels are definitely, definitely can happen, right? Let me see. Do I have the level? Yeah, okay. So, I definitely think those levels can definitely still get hit. But again, it really just depends on where Bitcoin wants to go. As of right now, target, I would definitely say target is at 73,974, and then we can use these channels to kind of, guesstimate where else it's going to go, right? So these levels have been pretty accurate, right? Very, very accurate on the weekly, right? To give you an idea of where it's actually going. So again, your levels are going to be 74K, right, for target, 80K, 87K. And really the channels are super easy to use for like predictions, right? So, right, 87K, 93K, 100K. So those are all your levels right now, right? Just every single channel point is going to be one of your major levels. And I'd argue that every single top channel point is one of your major levels where you can possibly top. So if you top, you can probably top at 87K. You could top at 100K. It really just depends. But as of right now, I can probably see just by looking at these like triggers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I think anywhere between like the next 5 to 10 weeks, I think we can keep running on Bitcoin because of this, weekly bear trigger. And again, this has to, if we can close like this, yeah, this would have been an easy long last week, right? Last week would have been a perfect entry since, again, one of my strategies is on the Heiken, a bullish close above here, right? And at least some sort of weakness on the MACD, and you have a strong stochastic. So I would have definitely long Bitcoin here at 64K to push up. So I don't know, man. We'll see. But as of right now, it doesn't look like Bitcoin slow it down. If anything, I actually think that it'll accelerate, but this can change dramatically every week, right? Depending on these candle closes. As of right now, target does look like, like we're probably going back to these all-time highs. So I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.